today's episode, we're talking about time management tools. All right, so here I have some tools, and this is an ideal schedule. Basically what this is how I want to work my week. If I have an ideal week, this is how I would like to run it. So I put everything in these boxes to kind of separate my times and block things off. So right now I'm working on 2 companies and 1 nonprofit, and underneath one of the companies I have several simultaneous projects going, and so there's a lot to be thinking about, and I don't want to let the ball drop on any one of those things, nor my family life. So I use this sort of calendar to keep everything blocked off and compartmentalized and make sure that I'm setting boundaries for my work and my personal life. So I don't go a little bit later with work on the regular, but occasionally, like last night I was preparing for this, I was up till 3 just because I had some inspiration. I was working till 3 in the morning working on the Trusty Businessman stuff. So there is some wiggle room. Obviously, you don't want to be super strict with it, but you want to have some sort of foundation to work off of that says, this is my schedule and I'm going to stick to it. For a long time, and I still encourage my team that we have a culture of work when you want and work where you want. But if you have your own schedule for yourself, it sets more structure around your life, and things get accomplished a little bit better. You don't have the stress every day working, and I think just overall it's a lot more stress-free to be in a remote working environment when you have this kind of structure set up for you. So I have 3 tabs here at the bottom. The first one is a template. It includes my Saturday and Sunday, and then I have a forecast for what I plan to fill these times with. You can see here on the template, these are Pomodoro 3-hour work blocks. Pomodoro is another item that I recommend you investigate. It basically just means separating time into chunks and then taking smaller chunk breaks. And then so you have, I work like, I would say the typical work for Pomodoro is 25-minute and then 5-minute breaks. So you have a 30-minute block of time. I do 30-minute blocks and 8-minute breaks. And then that's a 38-minute block of time. And then every, I think, 5 blocks of time, there's a 15-minute break. And so you get a lot more accomplished because there's a shorter time span to manage and make sure that you kind of get the ball rolling on something, and then as soon as that timer hits, you're off. So I use a program here on Mac. I can certainly research one for PC if somebody's interested, but the program I use on Mac is called Be Focused. Let me see if I can. So I highly recommend that. It's free on the App Store. Check that out, and you can set up your Pomodoros easily using that. All right, back to the schedule. So you can see I have 4 Pomodoro 3-hour blocks and 2 1.5-hour blocks. So I'll just fill that out in the forecast here. So this is my past week schedule, and I just have this fancy writing on the top to let me know that it's my forecast, not my template. And I fill this in with, out of office, which company I'm business planning for, different weekly goals. So these kind of tie into my weekly goals, which we'll go over in a little bit. And then I have a team export. So in order to communicate this to my team, I have these cells automatically pulling data from the forecast so that I don't have to update 2 of them, and then this cuts off the weekend, which doesn't apply. It also cuts off the evening, which doesn't apply. So it only focuses on my work schedule. So you can see here I start at 8:30 and I end at 7:30. And that's a ideal schedule. Obviously it doesn't happen half the time, but it's a good foundation to get situated before you move forward on starting remote businesses, because it's very easy to kind of domino effect and start one remote business and then think of another idea and get the ball rolling on that, especially as you start managing your time and priorities a little bit better. As you can see, on Monday, I let that be my focus day. I don't set any meetings for that day because it should be a dedicated day during the week. Whether, I tried to do it on Saturday, but I was getting pretty distracted on Saturday. So I've now set it to Monday, and Monday lets me kind of overview each team to see what they're working on, and then make sure that I'm kind of attacking the goals from a overarching 3-year vision, or in one of my companies we have a 10-year vision. So I want to make sure that every day we're doing something that ties into that 10-year mission. One question that I get often that I'm going to address here is, isn't it stressful to manage multiple businesses at one time? And I would say by the definition of stress, yes, there is stress involved with everything that you do in life, no matter whether you're managing a business or you're managing a personal project. But do I feel like it's bad stress? No, I really feel at ease with my work life, and I love what I do. I've been working remotely for the last 3.5 years, and I wouldn't change it because it's something that really inspires me to get up in the morning. It's something that I talk about all the time. I'm always, just super interested in what other people are doing, and I'm passionate about helping other people talk about what they're passionate about, and then building a career around that. So a lot of my friends always joke and say that, the first question that I ask people when I meet them is, what are you passionate about? So it might be one of my slogans. So be sure to follow me on Twitter here at TrustyBizman, and you'll get notifications when we're live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.